Like you're making? What are you making?
Well, I'm making quite a lot of different types of work because at the moment I'm collecting together like quite a lot of documentation about sleep. So I'm making videos. I made a mobile. Well, in the process of making a mobile out of poems. Obviously writing poems. I'm mainly doing drawings though, because my project's a drawing-based project, which also has an element of 3D casting in it. So really, all of the work that I've been recently making is a assortment of things to draw on for drawing, which then will be presented in a series of drawings, about 5 drawings.
And how are they going to relate to the 3D aspect?
Well, the 3D aspect is there really to link all of the drawings together. What I'm hoping to do is cast a pillow out of resin, like with a resin shell and then feathers inside, and casting the pillow will be to draw all of the different images relating to different aspects of sleep together in a kind of more tactile way, whereas the drawings will be like depicting a bit of a narrative. The actual sculpture will be the physicality of like actually the pillow being there in the presence of the room. I feel like sometimes drawings are a bit 2D and flat, and people can kind of waft into the gallery and then just like look at the pictures and then leave, whereas sculptures bring it into the presence, like the immediate presence of the viewer. So that's why, that's how they relate really. They're both of the same subject, sleeping and sleeping settings. So.
And why do you pick sleep and sleeping settings?
Well, it's actually because I thought of the pillow idea when I couldn't get to sleep. A bit of I don't really have that bad sleeping problems, but the pillow was always a bit uncomfortable sometimes for some people, and I thought of it being a sculpture, and I thought of it in like suspended. Well, originally I thought of all of the feathers being suspended in resin, and it being like quite a solid thing, and I guess I probably have that kind of sculptural way of thinking, and then so I thought, well, what does this project relate to? I wanted to do it on a theme, because I think that if you do it on a kind of vague philosophy, sometimes the work can get a bit lost in its own kind of self exploration, and it can become a bit weird. So I really wanted to have like an experience that everyone can understand and that I can look at academically and record from personal experience. So sleep's quite a good one, really.
Working with a theme kind of helps the structure of the project.
Yeah.
Are you finding that's helping you to make work, or are you finding the opposite?
Having
the structure?
Having the structure. Well, having the structure is so helpful, because I have... when I first thought of sleep, and I actually thought of what my final exhibition might be like, I then planned a structure around it, thinking about, well, okay, so how am I going to delve into sleep as a subject? And I thought, well, I'll do quite a wide range of research, and then how am I going to delve into drawing as a medium? And then I thought, well, I'll do quite deeply into different types of drawing, different types of line and things like that. And yeah, it's really helped. So I can always go back to sleep and think of how does this relate to sleep, so I don't go too much off the point. I think it holds the project together because all of it is quite obviously about sleep. Yeah,
and it sounds like you thought quite a lot about the kind of outcome of it, so the exhibition.
Yeah.
So you're obviously thinking that's going to be successful.
Hopefully.
Do you think that it's helpful or not helpful to kind of consider the exhibition while you're making, or do you think it?
Well, I did actually ask myself this. I felt like maybe it was unhelpful to be thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to do 5 drawings and I'm going to make this sculpture. But actually, I think it's proved really helpful so far anyway, because it hasn't limited my exploration. I've been exploring quite a lot, because although I have the idea that I'm going to produce these drawings, I guess like a commission, they're drawings, but the actual like composition of the drawings isn't planned out, and that's the thing that I really have to spend my project doing. It's actually been more helpful to know what my final outcome will be like, because it means that I'm more focused on the making of it, and it means that because it's quite a short project, it means that I give myself time to actually make it, and plan the little bits around it rather than planning the whole idea, and which can take ages.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And the drawings that you're hoping to do, what can you describe what's going to be in them?
Well,
are they going to be abstract or figurative, or?
I think they'll have elements of both, but because I'd quite like them to vary. They're going to be figurative mainly because I wanted it to be accessible to everyone. I wanted it to be quite uniting, because everyone obviously goes through sleep, and so figurative, I felt like everyone can approach it quite easily, but they will have kind of parts to them which are a bit more abstract, so maybe just like the odd mark, and also the colours won't be realistic because I'm going to use limited colours of navy and yellow. I found that through my research of sleep, that actually those are the colours I associate with sleep. Well, the yellow of my lamplight in my room, and obviously the blue of the sky, which is out now. So yeah, parts of them, mostly they will be figurative, or of a thing, maybe not figurative, but of a bed, or of. I haven't actually decided exactly what's going to be in them because I've still got quite a few weeks left, but. Yeah, they will be figurative, but have elements of not realistic parts, and
do you think
naivety as well.
The idea of dreams is going to come into it, so the drawings might be slightly surreal or fantastical?
Yeah, well, definitely one of them will be. I've been thinking about what the 5 different aspects, or 5, I might make it 6, I might make it 4, different aspects of sleep I want to explore are. So dreams, and dreams is definitely one. Finding it difficult to get sleep is another. Scared of the dark is another. The comfort and warmth of waking up is another, and maybe like the sleeping face or the sleeping posture, that's another one. So yeah, dreams will be I guess a 5th of it, and that will be quite, I guess, almost like Chagall, because I quite like the.
Is he a big influence?
Not particularly a big influence.
Who are the big influences?
The big influences are, well, there is someone that I've been recently looking at who does casting resin from the 1960s, but I've actually forgotten his name. I think it's quite a difficult name. Rachel Whiteread, she's a big influence. She does a lot of personal work about like collections and objects and things, whereas I guess I'm looking at personal things like the pillow is an object that I'm casting, and she does a lot of casting. But although our aesthetics are similar, I really want to emphasise that actually the meaning of our work is quite different, because whereas I'm doing it as like a metaphor for like sleep and things like that, should I keep it on? I'm actually finding that I've lost my way.
Why you're using it as a metaphor for sleep? Yeah,
I'm using it as a metaphor for sleep, but she's also looking at things like the physicality of open space and like imagine if the air was solid kind of thing, whereas I'm just looking at it as a cast piece, like bringing the pillow into the gallery kind of thing. I'm not really looking at negative space, to be honest.
Cool.